the Marvel Cinematic Universe is heading toward one of the most surprising and possibly controversial romantic storylines it has ever attempted. Thanks to some new hints and teases, the chances of seeing Namor and Sue Storm's infamous comic book romance brought to life in Avengers see Doomsday just got a lot higher. For longtime Marvel fans, this pairing is a shocker because it not only stirs up trouble in the Fantastic Four's family dynamic, but also puts a major crack in the relationship between Sue Storm and Reed Richards. And judging by the latest news, Marvel might actually be leaning into this messy love triangle. The MCU has been in a bit of a holding pattern for years now when it comes to big team-up films. The last Avengers movie we got was Avengers Endgame back in 2019, and by the time Avengers see Doomsday hits theaters, it will have been more than 7 years since the team last assembled. That long gap has made the multiverse saga feel a little aimless for many fans. But now, with Doomsday bringing together characters from all corners of the MCU, we're finally getting another massive crossover. And with so many personalities mixing for the first time, sparks are bound to fly. Romance has never been off the table in Avengers films. We've seen Hulk and Black Widow share a love story in Avengers Age of Ultron, though it wasn't exactly everyone's favorite plotline. And we've seen hints of romance between other heroes as well. But if Marvel decides to adapt the Namor, Sue, Reed storyline from the comics, it would be one of the most surprising and potentially divisive romantic subplots in MCU history. Now that the Fantastic Four are officially part of the MCU, Marvel has the perfect opportunity to make it happen. The Fantastic Four's first steps brought the team to life on the big screen for the first time in the MCU, and while its box office numbers weren't as big as Marvel hoped, the film delivered a solid introduction to Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben. It also gave us a faithful version of these beloved characters, setting them up for bigger adventures ahead. Even before First Steps came out, Marvel made it clear that the Fantastic Four would play a big role in upcoming crossover events like Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. During a surprise live stream announcement for Doomsday, Marvel revealed the film's stacked cast. And among the most talked about names was Tenoch Huerta's Namor, returning after his debut in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This means that Namor and Sue Storm will share the screen in live action for the very first time in Avengers Doomsday. If you know your Marvel Comics history, you already understand why this pairing has fans buzzing. Namor and Sue have been linked romantically in the comics for decades, often creating tension between her and her husband, Reed Richards. While some readers enjoy the drama, many are fiercely protective of Sue and Reed's marriage and don't want to see it tampered with. But with Kevin Feige confirming that Avengers will visit the Baxter Building, the Fantastic Four's headquarters, it's not hard to imagine Namor showing up and getting close to Sue. What's fueling the rumors even more is how the Fantastic Four First Steps cast has been talking about Namor. In an interview with Cinema Blend, Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards, revealed that Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, brings up Namor every single chance she gets. Kirby laughed and admitted, "It does come up a lot," to which Pascal playfully added a "no comment" when asked about a possible love triangle in Doomsday. Now, that could all be harmless teasing. Actors often like to stir the pot when promoting upcoming projects. But the fact that Kirby talks about Namor so much, and that the cast seems well aware of the comic book connection, makes it hard not to wonder if there's more to it. It's possible Kirby brought him up while researching her role, since Namor plays a notable part in Sue's comic book history. But it's also possible that Doomsday's script includes moments between Namor and Sue that will nod to or even outright explore their complicated relationship. Still, even though this storyline could give Marvel plenty of juicy drama, not everyone thinks it fits with where the MCU Fantastic Four are right now. In the Fantastic Four First Steps, Reed and Sue's marriage is shown as strong, loving, and built on a deep bond. The movie opens with an intimate conversation between the two, showing their mutual trust and how much they care for each other. Their relationship is tested during the film, with Sue confronting Reed about how his behavior sometimes hurts her, but by the end, they emerge stronger than ever, especially after saving their son together. Given that foundation, a sudden shift towards Sue developing feelings for Namor might feel forced. In the comics, her attraction to Namor often played out during times when she and Reed were having serious problems. In the MCU, we've just met this version of the Fantastic Four, and they seem like a couple truly meant to be together. Breaking them up so soon might risk alienating audiences who just got invested in their marriage. On top of Namor, there's also another potential romantic complication waiting for Sue in Avengers Z Doomsday Doctor Doom. Robert Downey Jr. shocked fans when he appeared as Victor Von Doom in the Fantastic Four First Steps post-credits scene. In that moment, Doom interacted with Franklin Richards before Sue appeared, clearly setting the stage for their paths to cross again in Doomsday. Comic fans know that Doom and Sue have had their own twisted romantic history. In the 2015 Secret Wars storyline, Doom reshapes reality to create the battle world, and in his new version of reality, Sue is his wife. While it's not a healthy or genuine romance, it's one of the more infamous what-if relationships in Marvel Comics. Since Marvel is adapting Secret Wars for the MCU, there's a real chance that they could explore Doom's obsession with Sue in either Doomsday or the eventual Secret Wars film. If Marvel decides to lean into these love triangle, or even love square, dynamics, it could give Avengers See Doomsday an extra layer of emotional tension beyond the multiversal chaos. But it's also risky. Fans who are deeply attached to Sue and Reed's marriage might not appreciate seeing it put under threat so quickly, especially since their relationship was one of the best parts of First Steps. That being said, Marvel has shown in the past that it's not afraid to stir the pot for the sake of storytelling. Whether it's Steve Rogers kissing Sharon Carter or the controversial Hulk, Black Widow romance, the MCU has sometimes made romantic choices that get fans talking, even if not everyone likes them. Namor and Sue would definitely get people talking. And with Doomsday already carrying the pressure of being the MCU's first Avengers movie in over 7 years, Marvel might want a few bold surprises up its sleeve. At the end of the day, Namor's presence in Avengers Doomsday alongside Sue Storm is no accident. Whether it's just for a few subtle nods to their comic history or a full-on romantic subplot, Marvel clearly knows the baggage this pairing carries, and it might just be ready to bring that drama into the MCU. Between Namor, Doom, and Reed, Sue Storm could be at the center of one of the MCU's most talked about love stories yet.